What's up everybody, it's Atlas the Audi Technician here. So I have a video for you guys today. So this is going to be kind of like a sound off type of video. I have a few diverter valves here, as you can see. Now for the community, I would say that these tend to be the most popular diverter valves. There's more that exist, of course, but these seem to be the most common ones that are ran. So I wanted to do a video just showing you guys how each of these valves sound. Now take into consideration that I am not on stock turbo. I have a bigger turbo. It's not a huge turbo. It's a Volvo K24 7400 hybrid. So with that being said, the sound may vary to some degree, but it'll be similar. And some of these valves, I will say, do sound completely different when you have a bigger turbo and you're putting a lot more boost through them. I know for sure the diaphragm valves actually respond really differently to that. I've seen a video of a somebody having I think he has an S6 Avant, and he runs the R1, but he has like an EFR turbo, and it kind of flutters a little bit off throttle when he lets off because of the amount of boost he's pushing. So take that into consideration, that the sound will vary depending on your setup, but for the most part it'll be somewhat close. All right, so the first contender we got here, I already talked about the Apr R1. So Apr R1 is a metal housing diaphragm diverter valve. The cool thing about this one, you can adjust the springs by spinning this little outer plate off. So that's actually a cool touch. And while I'm on the topic of diaphragms, the 710N, this is the stock one, or at least the revised stock one. The N part number is the newest, I say newest, but the most reinforced variant of it. A lot of people like these. I mean, you can't really go wrong with the 710N, honestly. You really can't. Next up, we're going to do the Forge 007. So this is a older Forge diverter valve. However, a lot of people still run these. Very, very common valve. Actually, when I bought my car, this is the same valve that was on my car before I switched to my blow-off valve that I'm currently running now. So now we got a Forge 008 diverter valve. So this Forge 008 diverter valve is, of course, the new variant of the previous valve that I just talked about. So this one, if you were to order a Forge diverter valve today, this is what you'd be looking at. It has a spring in here that you can take off. You can change out the spring using these 3 hex bolts on top for whatever boost level you're running. And then the last one we got here is this Turbosmart compact plumback series diverter valve. Also a good diverter valve as well. Haven't really heard of very many issues with it, but quite a few people run them. Arguably, some people run the piston style diverter valves quote unquote backwards. But if you don't know what that means, you could do your own research on that. I don't want to waste too much time on that particular topic, because that is a dead horse that has already been beaten to death again and again. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get these valves installed and get you guys some clips, and then I'll attach them, or I'll put them into this video. So hope you enjoy. right, hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Just got back from doing all the driving and the recording. So one thing I will say, I put the microphone on my carpet on the passenger side floor. I didn't put it under the carpet where the ECU is. I just placed it on the carpet. So that's where the sound is coming from. But the sound clips that you will be getting is exactly how it sounds in the car from my driver's point of view. It's just easier for me to put the mic right there for various reasons, because I drive with the windows down sometimes, whatever, right? So putting that aside, one thing I also wanted to mention before I closed up this video, some people say, you know, the diverter valve, the diaphragm ones respond faster than the piston ones. I personally cannot tell very easily, is what I'll say. It's very hard for me to tell if the diaphragms are faster than the piston ones. They feel very similar to me. If anything, if you've driven with a piston diverter valve for a long time and then you switch to a diaphragm, then you'll probably notice. But I personally drive around with this blow off valve, so for me personally, it's hard for me to tell the difference with that. Even with my blow off valve, it feels similar. I don't have a huge amount of lag or anything like that. I also don't have a huge turbo either, so that probably goes more into play the bigger turbo you have. Whatever, right? You guys can do your own research on that. But with that being said, my personal favorite, I'm gonna have to go with Old Faithful right here. I don't know what it is about the way this valve sounds, but I really it just itches my brain just right. I don't know what it is, right? So with that being said, let me know what was you guys' favorite diverter valve in the comments. I'm gonna go ahead and get this video edited for you guys, and y'all have a good weekend.